Hi there and welcome to Holzhammer's Sagas. It is November 2020 and we're not supposed to be out metal detecting at the moment due to lockdown restrictions. Again, I'm not even going to start. I won't even go there. But instead, I thought we'd come back inside and do a bit of cleaning. In particular, a silver hammered coin. In fact, even though I've got a few bits to sort out here, including, which is quite nice, very nice little Roman coin of Constantius in really good condition, especially that side, with two soldiers and a standard on the other. Nice little 4th century coin. And other bits and pieces here which I need to sort out. That I found on my last little hunt in Dorset. It's actually, it turns out, apparently it's a medieval gaming piece, and I gave it a little bit more of a clean, and it's actually come out quite nicely. Anyway, these bits are from my last outing, and we'll throw them all into the mix, but in particular, I'm really keen to see what this is, how this is going to turn out. It's a little hammered coin. It's very round. Almost perfect, which is unusual. Hopefully it means it hasn't been clipped. Still got its mud on it from... the hole. So this is going to be cleaned from start to finish. I haven't even put any water on it. This is what a hammered coin should look like after it's been cleaned, which I'm really pleased with. That's come out really nicely. Anyhow, so a few coins and this, which looks and feels a bit like a sort of seal matrix, a sort of stamp. I think it's got something on that side. Again, I haven't cleaned it at all yet, so we'll see. It goes without saying, don't do anything which you think may damage anything of value. And the other thing about cleaning is that everyone does it their own way. There are ways of doing it and there are ways of not doing it. And there's a bit of disagreement, in the sort of grey area in the middle. I do think it's important to trial and error when it comes to cleaning coins and find the way and the methods that you're happy with by experimenting on really lesser value coins. Of course, everything's valuable to you because it's what you found. But practice on things which really, are pretty worse for wear to start off with, and you'll soon find your own method. And today I'm going to do what I have learned by trial and error myself. And it's probably very similar to what some of you do, and it's probably have a lot of you going, God, you can't do that, we shouldn't do that. But anyway, let's make a start. Right, I've just gone to get all my gubbins and I've noticed it's got really dark outside. So I'm just going to wait. It's not so much from that camera's point of view, but it's this camera, my close-up camera. It's not going to really pick up anything at the moment. It's just too dark. So I'll come back and, well, however long it takes for these clouds to pass. Okay, as if by magic, here we have some kitchen roll, silver foil, lemon juice and distilled water. Now, I'm fairly careful with my distilled water because I don't have very much of it left. I need to order some more, hence that rather meagre poxy amount. But it's all mainly to do with the fact that we're going to clean the silver today with foil and then lemon juice. I know some people do one or the other. I prefer to do both. Distilled water, and we're going to throw in that rather slightly dodgy coin, the hammy, a Victorian one. You're probably going to be yelling, don't put them all in at the same time, you're going to ruin it. Look, these things have been in the ground for hundreds and hundreds of years, being tossed around, being rained on, all sorts of other things on by whatever livestock's in the field. I think having a bit of a bash around with this isn't going to hurt them too much. Now, when it comes to distilled water, I'm not quite sure what the deal is. Apparently, the chemicals in tap water are no good for copper and bronze and things like that. And I do reckon that that's probably right. When you do run copper and bronze under the tap sometimes, if it's very fine Roman or early English, it doesn't feel right. It feels better and nicer just using distills, which doesn't have anything in it. That rather funny, slightly odd seal, what I think might be a seal matrix of sorts, goes in. A button, another button. I don't know if that is a button actually. We'll soon find out. Ding, and a sort of tom back, which needs some of the dirt taken off. So, give it all a bit of this and that. Right. Let's see what we have here then. Try not to get my table too wet. So first up, funny piece of strip of copper. I thought we did have something on it when I first picked it up. Right, that might not be as exciting as I thought. Come back to that. The button. We're just going to give it a bit of a rub. This is like, it's like live cleaning. Just imagine that I'm just producing them from the ground. Oh, that's rather sweet. There's obviously a flower or petals of sorts on that. This is the build up to the hammy. Right, the Victorian coin. I'm not teaching you how to put water on things to get dirt off. I'm just trying to have a good build up to the hammered coin we're going to get out in a minute. Another button. Ooh. Like a lucky dip, isn't it? Here's that tom back. Are they called tom backs? And it's got a bit of decoration on it. That's quite nice. Now, drum roll please, the hammered coin. Let's just gently rub. Yeah, this is definitely a good candidate for cleaning. We've got some good detail there, and it seems that we have some good detail on that side as well. Right, so firstly, the foil test. You've probably seen this a million times. I won't spit on it because I know how people get really upset about it. We're just going to put some water on it. But you can spit on it, and I don't see really what the problem is. But and then wrap it tightly with the silvery side of silver foil. And as I'm sure you all know, but I'm going to tell you anyway, you can feel it getting warm, which is a good sign. You can feel it, you can hear it crackling and hissing, which is another good sign. And it'll also smell of rotten eggs, which is also a very good sign. And that's to do with something reacting with something else and producing sulfur something. Leave it there just a little longer. Open it up. Now at this point, I get some more kitchen roll. And I'm sorry, I give it a little lick and you'll see all the black comes off it. It's something to do with highlighting the higher bits. But I think the fact that the black really comes off is a good sign that something's gone on there. Look at that. Gosh, there's a lot coming on off the reverse. It's rather lovely, the reverse anyway, with that sort of black colour. It's rather a lovely patina. But just for the sake of this today, we'll give it the whole once over. Right, once I finish just giving it a little bit of a rub and taking the obvious black off, is when I also, the second stage is give it the lemon juice. Right, so while we're waiting for that, this came up the other day as well. I think that must be silver. Rather pretty. It looks like a man on a horse. And that can go in there quickly to get all that mud off that side. Haven't even done that yet. Right, so now we come to the last part. It's been soaking in this for a little while. I'm going to put the button in the lemon juice for just a few minutes and see what happens to that. Now we've got the hammy out. Now, I give it a bit of a rub, just with my fingers and thumbs, and then with a bit of water, just wet it. You're going to have to put it back in the water at some point fairly soon anyway to neutralise the acid, get all the sort of lemon juice off. But with a toothpick, I now just start going around the whole lot, just very gently picking away around the sides at anything that looks slightly dark. I haven't actually watched anyone else do the picking with a toothpick, but I experimented and it seemed to work. You can see the end of the pick get quite dark. I'll show you with that, look. There's not an awful lot coming off at the moment, but it does seem just to help budge some of the black which has been loosened by the lemon juice. Sorry not to be able to get more technical than that. But I go round and round all the bits, all the nooks and crannies, just gently edging away to the other side. Now, some people really don't like their coins being cleaned at all, and I completely understand. If the patina is really nice, whether it be bronze or silver, then leave it. But I quite like trying to bring out, you know, a bit more of the actual silver. I don't quite understand some people's anti the cleaning of coins. They would have been really bright, copper coloured and silver, etc. when they were made. So the fact that 2,000 years of patina should never be touched, I'm not sure. I think there's an argument to say it's nice to bring them back to their original condition. But being an antiques dealer, I don't want everything to look brand new either, particularly. But I am now going to put it back in the lemon juice and give it another little toothpicking, and then for me that will be enough. Right, I've just brought it back out of the juice. We'll give it one more toothpicking. I think some of you are going to get cross with me on this. I think I have hardly left it in the lemon juice at all, but I think it's been there too long. Pellets on the reverse are showing signs of fading into the background. Most of the hammers I do this with really can take quite a lot of lemon juicing. I feel with this one, even though it's only been in a few minutes, I think I've overcooked it. I don't know what that says about the silver content of this coin. We'll probably find it's really valuable. It's a really rare one, and I shouldn't have touched it. I would do some sort of time-lapsey type thing, but I don't have. Not quite sure how to do that with this camera. No, I think we're looking okay on the obverse. I was a bit worried to start off with. Right, just finished the second round of toothpicking, and let's just see again how much black has come off. Not an awful lot the second time. It's still, as you can see dirt still, or whatever it is, the oxidization or whatever that black stuff is, it's still coming off. But I think 2's enough. Dry it off and let's see what we think. I'm going to look first. Well, it's an awful lot clearer. I mean, it's not the best hammered coin in the world. I don't even know what it is. I'm presuming an Edward penny of sorts. It's definitely Edward. Which one, I don't know. And it is Civitas, London. Well, I don't think that's a bad job. 1 round of silver foil and 2 rounds of lemon juicing and toothpicking. And I think we've got a fairly respectable hammer, not been clipped at all. Perfectly round. You might say it's been slightly over clean. I don't think I've done it any damage at all, though. It's had very little time in the acid, and I think that's not a bad result. I'm pleased with that. So that's how I clean little silver hammered coins. That's come out quite nicely. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and see you next time.